Hi everyone, my name is Fauzia Amalia Putri and my student number is 002. I'm from class A. This video is part of my final project for the course Introduction to Tourism taught by Fitri Kurniawan SPD M.Ed. The title of my project is Root Causes Analysis in Indonesian Tourism, Labuan Bajo Boat Accident and Domestic Travel Shift to Yogyakarta in 2025. This video, I will analyze two tourist causes in Indonesia, focusing on their root causes, impact, exciting weakness, and possible solution. Now I will move on the root causes analysis of boat tourism cases. The first case is the boat accident in Labuan Bajo near Padar Island. This tragedy did not happen because of one singular factor, but due to a combination of natural conditions, safety management issues, and regulatory oversight. First, in terms of weather and natural conditions, the accident occurred during rosy conditions. According to the report, the boat was hit by high waves, accompanied by heavy rain, strong currents, and waves reaching around 1.5 meters. This condition reduced visibility and increased the risk of capsizing, especially in open sea areas such as Komodo National Park. Second, this case highlights problems in safety management and the implementation of standard operating procedures. The discussion to continue sailing from Kalong Island to Padar Island despite unsafe weather such as a failure in risk assessment. Proper SOPs should include clear limits on weather condition, mandatory safety equipment, and trip cancellation procedures which appear to have been insufficiently applied. Third, the accident also reflects weakness in supervision and regulatory oversight. As an international tourism destination, Labuan Bajo should have strict control over tourist vessels, including seaworthiness check and weather-based sailing restriction. The fact that the boat was operating under hazardous conditions indicates gaps in monitoring and enforcement by relevant authorities. The second case concerns the issue of Bali being perceived as quiet and the size of domestic tourists to Yogyakarta. Unlike the first case, this issue is not related to physical safety but to perception, seasonality, and travel behavior. First, public perception played a major role. The Minister of Tourism stated that information about unfavorable weather in Bali spread widely on social media. Although official data shows that international tourist arrivals remain high, this online narrative influenced domestic tourists' decisions. Second, weather and seasonality factor also contribute to this situation. The rainy season reduced the attractiveness of beach-based tourism in Bali, especially during the holiday period. For domestic travelers, weather uncertainty often becomes a key factor in choosing destination. Third, instead of canceling trips, domestic tourists choose to switch destination. Yogyakarta experienced a significant increase in visitors as it offers culture and urban tourism that is less dependent on weather conditions. This shows that the issue was not the sailing tourism demand, but a shift in destination preference. These root causes help us understand that tourism challenges in Indonesia are not always about a lack of demand, but often about safety management, communication, and decision making. After understanding the root causes, I will now discuss the impact of these two causes on Indonesian tourism, image and performance. In the short term, both cases created negative perceptions. The Labuan Bajo boat accident gained international attention, which might temporarily raise safety concerns among potential visitors. Meanwhile, the Bali quiet season issue mainly affected domestic tourists. According to the Minister of Tourism, the decline in domestic visitors was only around 2%, indicate a limited short-term impact. In the long term, unresolved safety issues and poor communication could weaken tourism competitiveness. However, if managed properly, these cases can serve as lessons to improve safety standards and crisis communication. This impact differs between international and domestic tourists. For international tourists, safety is a key concern, especially in marine tourism. Domestic tourists, on the other hand, are more influenced by perception and practical factors. As shown in the second case, many choose to switch from Bali to Yogyakarta rather than cancel their trips. Trust and safety are crucial, particularly in marine tourism. The Labuan Bajo accident shows how safety incidents can reduce trust in boat tours. The Bali case also highlights the importance of reliable information. When official data is not communicated effectively, social media narratives can shape travel decisions. Overall, these cases demonstrate the importance of safety management, communication, and public trust in Indonesian tourism sector. Based on these two cases, several weaknesses in Indonesian tourism system can be identified. The first weakness relates to safety standard and risk management, particularly in marine tourism. The Labuan Bajo accident showed that procedures and risk assessment are not always consistently applied during extreme weather conditions. The second weakness lies in governance and regulatory enforcement. Gaps in supervision, such as allowing vessels to operate during unsafe weather, indicate weak enforcement of existing regulation. The third weakness is crisis communication. In the Bali case, social media narratives spread faster than official clarification, shaping public perception despite available government data. The fourth weakness concerns service standards and personalism. Inconsistent practices among tourism operators can reduce tourist confidence, especially among international visitors. This weakness shows that Indonesian tourism challenges are not only about attraction, but also about system, standards, and communication. The next session will present practical solutions at different stakeholder levels. To address the issue highlighted in two cases, improvements must be implemented at multiple levels of the tourism system. At the operator or industry level, the first solution is strengthening safety protocol and decision-making procedure. But operators must apply strict weather-based operational limits and cancel trips when sea conditions are unsafe, regardless of commercial pressure. Responsible parties, boat operators, tour operators, and guides. Second, tourism operators should ensure consistent safety standards to passengers. That includes mandatory safety briefings like jacket availability and regular crew training in emergency response. Responsible parties, tour operation, boat captains, and tourist service providers. At the destination or local level, stronger coordination and supervision are required. Port authorities should enforce sailing restrictions based on real-time weather data, especially in high high-risk marine tourism areas such as Labuan Bajo. Responsible parties, Port Authority, local maritime affairs, and harbor matters. Second, local governments and destination managers should improve crisis responses and communication mechanisms. In cases of accident or extreme weather, accurate and timely information should be delivered to tourists to prevent misinformation and panic. Responsible parties, local government, destination management organization, and SAR agencies. At the national level, policy and standardization play a critical role. The Minister of Tourism should strengthen national safety standards for maritime tourism, including vessel certification and periodic safety audits. Responsible parties, Ministry of Tourism and related maritime authorities. Second, the government should enhance official communication channels to counter misinformation. Clear data-based updates on tourism condition and weather impact should be communicated through official platforms to balance social media narrative. Responsible parties, Ministry of Tourism, National Communication Affairs, and Tourism Information Centers. In conclusion, the challenges faced by Indonesia tourism are systemic and require coordinated action across operator, local authorities, and national institutions. By improving safety management, governance, and communication, Indonesia can strengthen trust and ensure sustainable tourism development. Thank you.